How much do you believe that getting the record will help convince doubters, someone specifically, that LeBron is the GOAT?
You would be that doubter that Jenny was clearing up.
And I would not be convinced.
I don't know what that was.
Yes. Nothing. I think they're dug in. It's kind of like Cowboy fans, Skip. They can lose. They can go 0-16 for the next 10 years, and the Cowboy fans are going to be there. Whatever camp you're in, I don't believe you leave said camp and go to the other camp. If you're Jordan, you stay in Team Jordan. If you're LeBron, you stay in Team Bron. But for me, Skip, like I said, I already thought he was that. But there have been guys that average 30 points a game, 36. I think James Harden came close. Wilt averaged 40, averaged 50, averaged 44, averaged 38. There have been a lot of guys. There have been a lot of guys that won MVPs. There are a lot of guys that won Finals MVPs. There's only 4 guys in the history of the game in 75 years that said at one point in time, I was the all-time leading scorer in NBA history. George Mikan, Bob Pettit, Wilt Chamberlain, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Now, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar has held this record for 40 years. 40. He broke it in 1980, Magic Johnson's rookie year. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was his rookie year he broke that record. For LeBron to get this record and not really be thought of as a scorer, although he would break this record, and then he have a chance to be top 5 in assists, which would blow people's mind. He has the credentials, Skip. And for Shaq to come around, because Shaq, for the longest time, Shaq was dug in that there was nothing LeBron could do to pass Kobe. Now he said not only would he pass Kobe, he would pole vault what many believe is the GOAT, which is Michael Jordan. 4 rings, 4 Finals MVPs, and to be the all-time leading scorer. For me, I don't think he needs, and Shaq has said it again, Shaq said that he believed that getting this Kareem record would mean more to him than getting ring 5. I think he wants them both. I think LeBron's being greedy. Because I get asked this question, Skip. Which ring do you hold more value in, a Super Bowl ring or a Hall of Fame? I ain't got to answer that question. I got them both. Y'all need to find somebody that don't have one or the other and ask him which would he rather have, because I ain't it. So LeBron James said, why can't I have them both? Why can't I get ring 5 and get that scoring title? I believe that's what's going to happen.
Well, by the way, you wouldn't have the Hall of Fame ring without the Super Bowl rings.
I mean,
they had to come first.
Well, some people get in the Hall with no Super Bowls.
Yeah, but they're transcendent.
Yes. So I would, Skip, I can't answer that because both is such a team accomplishments. Even though, it's my bust, I don't do it without John. I don't do it without TD, without Ed, without Jamal Lewis, without, the guys that I have in Baltimore. So it's such a team, going in the Hall of Fame is such a singular event, Skip, because you're not in the locker room celebrating after you win, after I go into the Hall. I can call people, but Skip, there's nothing like that feeling on the field of winning that Super Bowl. But I agree with Shaq. I believe LeBron, but I always thought LeBron was the GOAT. So I think
wrongly.
Hey, Shaq.
Delusional.
If Shaq Diesel, you said he's the most dominant force. The most dominant force is spoken. PhD Shaq.
Yeah.
Chief Shaq.
I cannot express to you how disappointed.
I know you are.
How crushed I was that Shaquille O'Neal made these statements because I have such high regard for my man Shaq.
Yeah, that's why I know it hurt.
I could not fathom why he would say this.
Because it's true.
I do remind you that the Big Diesel is also the Big Kidder.
No, he ain't kidding.
He's often kidding about everything.
He ain't kidding
There's
on this
some
one.
tongue in cheek.
No.
He's got big cheeks with a big tongue. And once it goes into that cheek, man, he can
So you saying
Shaq
bull jiving? He don't mean this. Is that what you saying?
I can't fathom the logic of this from a man with such high basketball IQ as Shaquille O'Neal. And he is pinning everything. He is pinning the entire GOAT argument on leading scorer. And he went so far as to say about himself, me, I want to be the leading scorer in the league because now it ain't no conversation about who's the best ever if you're the leading scorer. Well, yes, there is.
That ain't.
There's huge.
And
he went on about Wilt. And I didn't even know this about him, but he was
gaming for Wilt.
Yeah, his target was Wilt Chamberlain. He didn't quite get there. And he says, because if I would have passed Wilt in scoring, you know me, I would have been, I'm the most dominant ever. I don't want to hear his name no more.
Right.
Okay, and he got close, but not close enough. So he wound up with like 28,500 points, and Wilt had 31,500. Right. So he didn't quite get there because Wilt's individual accomplishments were ridiculous.
Yeah.
They were unfathomable.
If Wilt didn't change the way he plays, Skip, he'd have put the record so far out there, nobody been able to. Because his first 7 years, Skip, the numbers.
I mean, they're laughably. They're preposterous.
Yes.
Where you just say, I can't even compute those numbers.
Ain't nobody ever going to have a 63-37 ball game or a 34-55 ball game, 34 points, 55 rebounds. His numbers, the rebounding numbers are untouchable.
Okay. Yet in the biggest playoff moments, especially as we got to the finals, Mr. Russell, as in Bill Russell, often mostly outplayed Wilt.
No, his team outplayed.
Well, but he did, and he was. What do we give Mr. Russell? Like 6'9", maybe 6'8", 6'9", and Wilt was definitely 7'1". He was known as the Big Dipper.
Yeah.
Okay. So on real achievements, on long-time lasting career achievements, I'm all Bill Russell over Wilt Chamberlain, because I know when the money was on the table, it belonged to Mr. Russell.
Yeah, it belonged to Sam Jones, Casey Jones, Tom Hines, and all those.
Who was the leader? Who was the dominator?
But Shaq is also taking into account that LeBron has more All-NBA than Jordan has seasons played.
Okay.
That matters, right?
Okay. So, to me, the scoring title is nothing but a longevity record. Obviously, you have to have the talent. You have to be an all-time great to do it.
Right.
But look at what's happened already. So far, if we just do this is a regular season accomplishment on the scoring title. Well, even now, and LeBron is obviously still going strong in year 19. Well, he's already played 9,081 more minutes than Jordan played, period. End of story.
Yeah.
LeBron has already has played 239 more games than Jordan, and it's counting. It's still going. And he's going to play a whole lot more than 239 more.
Right.
So, in the end, if you look at Jordan's real career, it was just 11 seasons, 11 full seasons in Chicago. You could go 12, but he got hurt and barely played in his second year because of his leg injury.
Broken foot.
Right? He broke his foot. So he played in his second season. He wound up playing 18 total games, and then when he came back in he took the 2
95
years.
season.
Yes, it would be the 95 season. He played only 17 games at the end of that year.
Right.
And then, as we know, he went to Washington after 3 years in retirement. He goes to Washington at age 39 and 40, and they were just ceremonial years. He was just having fun with it. He averaged 20 and 6.
So in other words, you saying Tom Brady, all those passing yards and those touchdowns is just a longevity record.
Okay, I'll give you that. Okay. Except he's got 7 Super Bowls.
Hold on, LeBron just won a Super Bowl a title in year 17. So let's not pretend like he's just hanging on.
Okay.
Like he's just averaging 10 points a game, because that's not what he's doing.
Okay. Has Tom Brady ever stunk up a Super Bowl? Has he ever had a terrible performance?
Skip,
has he ever had a shameful performance in a Super Bowl?
If you look at 141 yards, it's nothing to be writing home.
Did he have a game-winning drive in the fourth quarter? He did against the Rams. Did he have a game-winning drive against Eli in the first Super Bowl? He did, but it got canceled by Belichick's
But here's the thing, Skip. If LeBron James doesn't play well and he hits a game-winning shot, you said he owed that to his team because he stunk it up. Tom Brady plays bad, does a game-winning drive. You say he the GOAT. That's what he does. So how does LeBron win?
Did LeBron stink it up in the 2011 finals?
He did that.
He did for games 4, 5, and 6.
Yes.
I've never seen anything quite like it.
Yes.
The chosen one became the frozen one. He melted down.
But that's
on his resume.
Yes, but Brady has had bad playoff games.
But not bad Super Bowls.
Well, the first one leaves a lot to be desired, Skip.
Well, I don't know. A game-winning drive at the end of the...
No, you say that because they won. If they had lost the game and that man threw for 141 yards, you would have creamed him.
Okay, but they didn't lose.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying.
He was extraordinary down the stretch of that game. He completed 5 straight passes, as John Madden up in the TV booth is saying, they got to shut it down. Get this kid out of harm's way.
So what role did Coach Belichick's defense play in shutting down the greatest show on turf?
That one I give you. And then after that, I can't give you any, because I'm not sure what role he played after that.
Well, so what about with the Seattle at the goal line?
Okay, well, that was one kid from nowhere making one play.
Who inserted that kid? Who said, make sure you fight through the top after we run this play over?
I'm pretty sure Matt Patricia inserted him. Well, I'm pretty sure he did. Well, I don't think
that was Coach Belichick.
Yeah, and who put him in the doghouse for the Philadelphia Super Bowl and inexplicably, mysteriously failed to play him a snap in that game? It was Bill Belichick.
But Shaq has spoken.
Okay, Shaq has spoken about a longevity record that I can't get excited for because it's about durability, and we're starting to see a few cracks in the armor there from LeBron. I'm going to knock on wood.
What cracks you saw? I saw 34 and 11. What cracks?
Well, the first year in L.A. and last year in L.A., he was gone for an extended period.
But the first year in L.A., he was 27, 8, and 8. Only a handful of guys have ever had that resume.
So here's the point. Kareem played 20 total seasons, and he averaged 24.6 points a game.
Right.
Well, just on sheer longevity, what's going to happen? A record is going to happen.
But Skip, let that sink in for a second. The man played 20 years and averaged 24.5 points per game for 20 years.
LeBron has now played 18 total seasons. We're into year 19. He's averaged 27 points.
Yeah!
So he's averaged 2.5 more points a game, 27 points a game. So he is right on pace if he plays 2 more fairly full seasons.
About 120 games, averaging 25 points a game.
All right, he'll be right there, and he will pass him, and it will mean nothing to me. It's just sheer longevity. It doesn't matter. Michael Jordan won 10 scoring titles. LeBron has won 1. Case closed, game over. Michael never flamed out in any playoff series. LeBron flamed out against Boston the last series he played the first go-round in Cleveland. He flamed out so badly against the Boston Celtics, his owner accused him publicly of quitting. Whoever accused Michael of quitting?
A lot of people did.
Closed.
A lot of people did. When he walked away from the game, he quit, right?
Oh, stop it. No, he didn't. When he walked away, which time? The first time? Well, he got...
I don't know about that.
He got asked to leave. Anybody in the know knows what happened. He was forced out.
So in other words, any record, so the home run record means nothing. That just means you played a long time. The strikeout record means nothing, just means you played a long time. The goals in soccer means nothing, just means you played a long time. That's all that means. That don't mean you was good. You were great for an extended period of time. That's not what that means. It just means you played a long time. So I'm glad the touchdown record, whomever has the touchdown record or the passing yardage record means nothing. Just means you played a long time.
Give me the single season home run record and you got my attention. That's something of magnitude. Well, I was there watching Barry Bonds night after night see 2 or 3 pitches a night, and whatever he saw in the strike zone, he would hit hard, and it would either hit the wall or carry over the wall. I've never seen anything like it in my life.
Yes.
And he was the greatest baseball player I ever saw. But I'm going to pin it on that one year in which he shattered the home run record. Okay? So I'm going with a record over the longevity of it. But it's much harder to hit home runs than to score points in a basketball game. So if LeBron just stays upright, he's obviously an all-time great, and yet you always say he's not really a scorer. Well, he's just simply the greatest driver of the basketball I've ever seen. He's a below-average three-point shooter, and he's a horrible free-throw shooter. And if he'd just been a decent free-throw shooter, this thing would probably already be over.
Well, you can't have everything. I mean, you can't have everything. Kareem basically shot one shot, the sky hook. Every once in a while, you saw Kareem shoot a face-up. But for the most part, he turned over his left, or he turned over and threw the sky hook. That's what he did, Skip, and you know it.
And so many other flameouts, like that 2015, was it? The second go-around against Miami when the Spurs got even, right? It'd be 2014.
Right. It wasn't no flameout.
Yeah, it was a flameout because the Spurs just blew him off the court by a record finals margin. That's LeBron James?
Yeah.
And you lose in 5 games by a record finals margin?
Yeah, but all he did was average was 28, 7, and 6.
Yeah, I've told you. Go back. I dare you to, because I have. Go back and look what happened in the 2 games back in Miami when it was 1-1 going
They got blown out. The Spurs couldn't miss from 3.
And LeBron was a no-show.
Has anybody ever shot the ball like that in the finals the way the Spurs shot it that series?
If you're the GOAT, you just figure that one out.
Well, if you're the GOAT,
just stop it.
Well, if you're the GOAT, Jordan should have about 14 finals. 14 championships. If he to go.
How about 6 in a row with 6 finals?
No.
MVP?
Yeah. I want to know. So what happened before that 6, and then what happened after that 6?
Well, you know what happened.
I know exactly.
His coach got pushed out the back door.
What that got to do with him?
Well, he just said, "You push him out, I'm gone," and he was gone.
So you mean to tell me Michael Jordan had a Hall of Fame coach? He's only had a Hall of Fame coach. Had one in college, had one in the NBA. So which coach that LeBron James had in the NBA that's going to be in the Hall of Fame?
Well, I'm not sure Phil would have been without Michael and then Shaq and Kobe.
I don't know.
Does that work?
I'm just asking you a question. Name what coach, name the coach that once he coached LeBron or the general manager that had something to do with LeBron, does his own thing. How successful is David Griffin going down there right now in New Orleans? How's he doing?
LeBron has been his own coach. I always call him Coach LeBron, GM LeBron.
So you mean to tell me LeBron James is going to play his entire 20-year career and never cross paths with a Hall of Fame coach? How is that possible?
Would you believe that LeBron once had a coach named David Blatt who, in a crucial playoff game as they were teetering against the Bulls, he called the final shot play for Kyrie Irving, and LeBron, to his credit, said, "Stop it.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. I'm going to shoot this shot."
Yeah.
Well, that's how much David Blatt didn't think of LeBron James. And you're trying to tell me he's
I know
GOAT?
there are a lot of times that Mike Shanahan called to play for somebody else. I know where John Elway threw the ball.
No.
I know where John Elway threw the ball.
I think there were other options in your offense.
There were.
Yeah.
But when the rubber needed...
Nobody calls Shannon Sharpe the GOAT.
When somebody needed to beat the rope, they just call it big play Shay. We need a big play Shay.
Are you making the case you are the GOAT tight end?
Hello?
No.
Yes.
No.
You need a big play?
No.
Coming right up.
Really?
I call it. Skip, I didn't say nothing about no GOAT. I don't care nothing about that. Gonzalez. I did what I did. All I could do was get the best of my ability, play the best of my ability, and I did what I did. But I'm just saying, when they needed to play, they called me. Now, Shaq has spoken. Now, I don't like to disagree. You up here got me trying to disagree with Shaq, and it's not going to happen.
LeBron James has 4 rings. He has 6 finals losses, and he has 6 more flameouts.
And what did Shaq say? What is that? So how many points Jordan got? Guy just passing him left and right. Just shooting past him.
Minutes played. How do you defend your man when my man won 10 scoring titles and yours won 1?
Yeah, because
it's longevity.
Because my guy had other things to do other than worry about scoring.
Yep.
My guy had to also rebound the basketball. That's why my guy is going to be top 5 in assists, and your guy's not even top 50 in assists.
My guy just said, "I can score it better than anybody else, so get out of the way and give me the damn ball." That's what my guy said every single time.
It seems like he's saying that too. And he's going to be able to say that I can score it whenever I want to for 2 decades.
Well, congratulations. I'm knocking on wood for him. I hope he lasts long enough.
Oh, he going to last long enough. As a matter of fact, I believe he's going to get 40,000.
I thought he was Iron Man. I'm starting to wonder
Don't worry about
that
it.
now.
Even if he ain't Iron Man, he be Superman.
Because, man, he started to give in to the wine and the cigars.
Keep on whatever it is he doing, it's working.
That's what happened to Jordan in Washington.
No. There wasn't no wine that he was drinking.
Well,
your eyes don't get that color with wine, okay? Just putting that out there.
That clear stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.